Greenery Day is a national holiday in Japan where they appreciate the nature and observe every May 4th. From its establishment in 1989 until 2007, it was celebrated every April 29, 2005, which is in Goshikadai Forest. In 2005, a digging event was held in Kanagawa Prefecture's Goshikadai Forest. Around 60 people showed up, including the 5-year-old Yuki Onishi with her mother and 8-year-old sister. It started around 1 p.m. when Yuki asked her mother that she will find a bamboo shoot, then walked away to continue her search. After 20 minutes, her mother tried to find Yuki and approached the other diggers, but she was nowhere to be found. Other diggers helped to find Yuki, and at 3 p.m. her family called the police and declared that she was missing. People rushed into the area and they couldn't find any traces of Yuki. They called in firefighters to assist with search at 5 p.m. The two groups tried to find Yuki and combed the forest for the next 6 hours, but no traces can be found. Not even a dress, shoe, or hat. Police dog was brought into the area to follow Yuki's scent. Since dogs have strong sense of smell, they were able to sniff out the traces of Yuki. However, the dog stopped in the middle of the forest as if the scent somewhat vanished. The next day, 4 other dogs followed the scent, but they all led to the same exact spot. Some suggest that Yuki was taken by eagles, but this was turned down since eagles can carry 4 or 5 pounds only without difficulty. And Yuki is 34 pounds, so it would not be possible for the eagle to snatch her. Another theory is that she was lured away and snatched up. Diggers also stated that they saw a man with a huge backpack able to fit Yuki's size. However, this man could just be a camper or a hiker. The man has never been identified. Megumi Yokota was a 13-year-old girl who disappeared on a winter night in November 1977. After school, Megumi went to practice her badminton. She had her friends walking with her that night, but they soon go to their different houses. She was left alone since her house was at the top of the hill. Her mom, Saki Yokota, realized that it is already late and there were still no Megumi on their house. She rushed into the school gym, but there were no Megumi. Saki then decided to phone the police and declared that her daughter is missing. Police was brought in and tracking dogs smelled her scent, but her trail was lost along the street on her way home. The police suspected that someone kidnapped Megumi. For 20 years, no word on Megumi. Until a mysterious phone call on 1997 that came from a secretary of a member of parliament. The official stated that Megumi has been abducted by North Korea and is living in Pyongyang. It is said that the spy was about to leave Japan after accomplishing his mission when Megumi spotted her. According to the article appeared in a South Korean book published by Research Institute, the spy took her because he didn't want her to report to the police. After she was abducted, she was told that she could go home again after mastering the Korean language. At 18, she was told that she would never be able to go back home and that break her up. Due to Megumi's youth and intelligence, it is believed that she has been introduced into the circle of the ruling Kim family. It is also believed that she taught King Jong-un how to speak Japanese language. This gave her a privilege. This is given only to a few people and was known as the Admitted. The Admitted knows a lot of North Korea and too much of a risk to be released. Megumi married another abductee from South Korea named Kim Eun-gyong. However, she divorced him. She bore a child named Mibai. DNA tests found Mibai is a daughter of Megumi. However, Megumi died. The details on how she died was never discussed. 2 years later, Japanese investigators went to Korea to meet Megumi's former husband. He handed a casket of her remains. The agents brought back the remains of Megumi to Yokota's and had the DNA tested. The parents kept an umbilical cord of their daughter when she was born. This is where they compared the DNA and was found out that the remains is not Megumi. Up until now, Megumi is believed to be alive and is currently residing in North Korea. Ryui Mikage was CEO of Image Booch, a small Japanese game studio that was founded in 2005. They are best known for their games such as Arc Rise Fantasia, Luminous Arc, and Last Ranker. Around February of 2015, a number of people, including employees and investors, noticed something strange is happening within Image Booch, as if something bad might have to happen to Mikage. Their website imagepooch.co.jp and their JRPG site jrpg.jp has been wiped off the net with no explanation or no redirects, though their Sega site is still up and running. There were also rumors that things have changed since January and it's not for the better. According to Otapool, a former employee reportedly posted codes to a job website stating in 2014 the company's development line went from 2 to 1 and talented individuals immediately left their jobs and the development talent remarkably fallen. This is not unusual for Japanese studios and developers to keep it under wraps, as we have seen it with the recent dismissal of Metal Gear series. However, there was something strange in the case of Mr. Mikage. It appears that even the industry's higher-ups could not contact him, like the president of Idea Factory. He even tweeted out that he could not get in touch with Mikage and had no choice but to make it viral via social media in hopes of finding him. On Mikage's Twitter, he has not posted any updates since October 2014. Many rumors began circulating online. Some think it was suicide, some think it was just a bluff for the upcoming game, others think he just ran away and don't want to face the issue with the company. Compile Heart released another game called Destroyer Trillion. The game shows the gameplay footage, but there was also a masked man in a suit that was shown in the video. The man in the suit looked similar to Mikage, as he's shown striking similar thumbs-up pose and sporting suit that looks a lot like Mikage. However, Twitter's user Dolly Silent pointed out that there was a hidden message in the trailer. Reading on the far left, it says Mikage-san Renraku Seyo, which translates to "Contact us, Mr. Mikage." After a month, the official Twitter account of Mikage was deleted. This pointed to the fact that Mr. Mikage was still alive, as the Twitter accounts of deceased people is not erased as part of their memorabilia. The studio started bankruptcy proceedings, but no one has seen Mr. Mikage. It was assumed that he probably fled the country and has assumed a new identity. Pachinko is like a pinball arcade game that is popular in Japan. It was once a common sight for parents to bring their kids with them to the parlors. Yukari was a 4-year-old girl where his parents took her and her baby sister to a pachinko parlor on July 7, 1996 in Gunma, Prefecture's Oda City. Her parents split up and played pachinko. Her mother Mitsuo took her baby sister and her father Yasuo played on a different machine, making Yukari free to roam around and play in the parlor. At noontime, her mother bought some lunch and took the kids outside the car to eat. Yukari was not hungry that time. Her mother played pachinko again and Yukari decided to eat. Around 1:40, Yukari approached her mother and said something about an uncle. Since the machines of the parlor and the crowd of the people, she did not hear well enough what her daughter is saying. Yukari went back to the couch. After 10 minutes, Mitsuko looked up on the couch and there was no Yukari there anymore. She went to the couch and found the juice and half-eaten onigiri. She told her husband, and after combing the parlor with no sign of their daughter, they contacted the police around 2 p.m. The police searched and interviewed people for the next 2 days. Witnesses states the girl around Yukari's age getting into a white car around the time of her disappearance. There were other customers who saw Yukari but did not saw anybody suspicious. However, when the police reviewed the footage around 1:27 p.m., a man came into the parlor and went into a bathroom on the back of the building. 3 minutes later, he began to wander the parlor as if he was searching for something. At 1:33, he approached Yukari and sat next to her. He smoked and talked to Yukari, pointing his finger to the entrance a few times. He got up and left the building. Around 1:42, Yukari went to her mother and mentioned something about an uncle, but her mother did not pay attention. Yukari walked over to the entrance and left the building. As of this year, the case remained open. Yukari is never to be found. If she was still alive, she will be around 22 or 23. Junko Yamagami was scheduled to take a business trip to Dalian, China for the travel company she worked for. She was supposed to attend a meeting before leaving. Junko did not show up to her office nor got on board her plane. Her colleagues checked her house where she lived with her husband, mother-in-law. However, no one was home. Even their family dog was not there too. Their 26-year-old daughter, who is working on an elementary school and is living alone, has been missing as well. She came over to visit her parents that night before the disappearance. Late at night, the neighbors hear a car door close, but it could just be from Chi that is coming home or the family leaving. Early in the morning, the family newspaper delivery man reported that the car was missing when he came around. The police searched the house and all are in good places, no sign of any forced entry. However, there are a couple of strange details. The breakfast has been prepared. The kitchen light was left on. The front door was locked but the back door was open. The shoes were left but their sandals were missing. Their pajamas are also missing. Junko's luggage and her money is still inside the house, so no sign of robbery. It appears that they suddenly stopped on what they're doing and took their dog and left the house with their pajamas and sandals on. On September 7, 2002, police recovered a car submerged in the reservoir. The car contained the remains of Yamagamis and their dog. No cause of death could be laid out. There were also no signs of anybody being attacked, no wounds or bruises. Masahiro was on the driver's seat and police believe that it was a group suicide.